In the ancient city of Cyprus, centuries before our modern world, a highly successful merchant named Zeno faced a devastating twist of fate. A violent, unpredictable storm shattered his ship, dragging his entire life's fortune directly to the bottom of the deep sea. In a single chaotic moment, an event completely outside of his control transformed him from a man of immense wealth to a man with absolutely nothing. Think about how most people would react if their entire life's work vanished overnight. The natural response would be intense anger, deep despair, and a bitter feeling that the universe had betrayed them. Yet, Zeno did not collapse under the weight of disaster. Instead of cursing the skies or crying over his ruined goods, he chose to master his mind, a monumental decision that birthed the school of philosophy known as Stoicism. True mastery does not come from controlling the world, but from controlling how the world affects your inner peace. Zeno realized that while we are completely helpless against external tragedies, our internal response belongs entirely to us. Rather than wasting precious energy mourning his lost cargo, he focused on maintaining absolute composure. This powerful shift in perspective proves that a single change in your mindset can permanently alter the course of your life. In modern times, people often misunderstand Stoicism. They picture a Stoic as a cold person with a heart of stone, someone who completely suppresses their emotions and never feels pain. But the ancient philosophy was never about becoming an unfeeling robot. It was a practical framework designed to help humans navigate a chaotic world without losing their minds to anxiety and rage. By learning to process negative events rationally, you could transform obstacles into fuel for personal growth. If you're finding value in this journey toward mental resilience so far, please take a brief moment to hit the like button. Your small interaction signals the algorithm to share these timeless principles with others who might be struggling in silence. Let us know you are standing with us in this pursuit of inner strength. The early Stoics didn't hide their wisdom in private palaces. They taught in open marketplaces because they believed these principles could liberate anyone, from a broken slave to the most powerful ruler on earth. This philosophy united people across all boundaries. Epictetus endured the horrors of slavery before becoming a master of wisdom. Seneca navigated the treacherous waters of political corruption. Marcus Aurelius carried the heavy burden of ruling an entire empire. Despite their vast differences in social status, they all shared the same unbreakable mindset. They viewed themselves not as citizens of a single city, but as citizens of the world, building a fortress of inner strength that no external force could shatter. Why do people continue to seek refuge in Stoicism today? The answer lies in our complex relationship with the unexpected. Human suffering rarely comes from the events themselves, but from the gap between reality and our unrealistic expectations. Consider a heavy downpour of rain. Rain is natural and necessary, but when it ruins your outdoor plans, you feel frustrated. You don't cry when it rains because you have learned to expect it. Stoicism teaches us to apply this exact same logic to every hardship in life. By anticipating challenges before they arrive, you strip them of their power to hurt you. To build this level of mental armor, the ancients practiced voluntary discomfort. They would purposefully sleep on hard floors, endure the freezing cold, and eat the simplest meals. This wasn't punishment. It was a strategic rehearsal for adversity. When you prove to yourself that you can survive with almost nothing, you lose the fear of losing everything. This message is incredibly vital in a modern world driven by constant consumerism and digital noise. We are flooded with advertisements telling us that our worth depends on our possessions, our appearance, and our bank accounts. Chasing these external metrics is a dangerous trap that leaves the soul empty and perpetually anxious. When you tie your happiness to things outside of yourself, you hand over your freedom to chaotic forces. Wealth can vanish in a market crash, material possessions decay, and relationships can end unexpectedly. True fulfillment can never be found in things that can be taken away from you in an instant. Seneca wisely noted that learning to live with less frees up vital mental space for the things that truly matter. Your ultimate value must come from your character, your integrity, and your actions. This brings us to the core foundation of this philosophy, the dichotomy of control. Epictetus declared that our primary task is to divide reality into two distinct categories: the things we can control and the things we cannot. Your opinions, your desires, and your efforts are entirely up to you. The actions of others, the weather, and the final outcomes of your hard work are completely outside of your control. To understand this, look at how you handle public criticism or judgment from others. You can spend hours perfecting your craft, acting with honor, and speaking the absolute truth. Everything up to the moment you step into the world is your effort. But how society reacts to you, whether they praise you or mock you, belongs entirely to them. Judging your own success based on the validation of others is a guaranteed path to misery. A Stoic focuses entirely on the quality of their effort, completely detached from the applause of the crowd. Imagine a dedicated professional who works tirelessly for months, presenting a flawless project to their supervisor. If the promotion is denied due to corporate politics or a manager's bad mood, an untrained mind sinks into resentment. But a rational mind reframes the situation. They know the denial says nothing about their true capability. They take pride in the excellence of their work and understand that their progress has merely been delayed, not destroyed. To navigate life with this unbreakable spirit, you must embody the four cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. Wisdom is the sharp ability to separate external illusions from internal reality, giving you the power to choose your response in the quiet space between stimulus and reaction. Courage is the fierce determination to stand firm in your principles, persisting through hardship and resisting temptation. Temperance is the art of moderation, knowing how to master your desires and finding complete satisfaction in having exactly enough. Justice is the highest virtue, reminding us that we are created to support and elevate one another. True justice demands that we act with benevolence, even toward those who have wronged us. Think of Nelson Mandela, who survived 27 brutal years in a prison cell. Instead of seeking vengeance upon his release, he chose reconciliation. Having studied the writings of Marcus Aurelius during his captivity, Mandela understood that the past was unchangeable. He knew that rebuilding a nation required looking forward with absolute clarity, embodying the ultimate spirit of a Stoic leader. The profound impact of this philosophy is woven deeply into modern psychology. Frameworks like rational emotive behavioral therapy help individuals dismantle destructive thought patterns using cold, objective logic. By challenging your irrational anxieties, you can replace them with empowering beliefs grounded in truth. Logotherapy similarly teaches that human beings can endure any suffering as long as they possess a clear sense of purpose. Rewiring your mind is an ongoing process that demands daily practice. It requires throwing away the victim mindset and stepping into your power as the master of your own soul. To find enduring peace, you must redirect your sense of value inward. Stop obsessing over what the world takes from you and focus entirely on what you give to the world through your actions. Stoicism is the compass that guides you through the darkest storms into tranquil waters. And even if your ship sinks and everything is lost, you can rest easy knowing you lived with virtue and honor. Everything on this earth must eventually come to an end. This leaves us with one ultimate question to ponder. What is the one thing in your life right now that you are desperately trying to control, even though you know it is entirely out of your hands? How would your life change if you chose to let it go today? If you are ready to build your inner fortress and remain completely undefeatable, subscribe to the channel and leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Your reflection might just be the guidance someone else needs to hear. Stay steady, stay rational, and master your mind.